The MinKwon Center for Community Action was established 29 years ago. So for nearly 3 decades, we have been meeting the many needs of our community through various social services programs. But coupled with that service is something else very important. We try to engage our community to take action when there are issues that affect the whole community, the wider community. We have a deep and rich history in grassroots organizing and advocacy and education, and those things were crucial this year in 2013 as we fought for comprehensive immigration reform.
Immigration reform isn't just work permits or just for us dreamers. It should include a comprehensive pathway to citizenship for all 11 million aspiring Americans here in the U.S. So I just want to thank Peter King. I believe that he should lead all the other congressmen in the House, and he should push for a comprehensive immigration reform and not the piecemeal approach that the House is pushing for right now.
I came to the United States when I was 3 years old. My parents brought me here because they wanted a better life for me, a better education. They didn't think that we were going to be undocumented for the next 20-something years. My parents, starting off as a truck driver and nail salon worker, my parents were able to save up and get their own grocery store. And this grocery store was their ticket to adjusting their status through an employment visa. It's been over 10 years now that my parents have been waiting. CIR means that there would be a pathway to citizenship for not just my family, but 11 million undocumented immigrants here living in the US. And there are a lot of people that are waiting in limbo or just don't have a pathway towards citizenship who want to become citizens here in the US. Right now, there are so many families being torn apart by deportations. Having a father or mother who you've lived with for 20 years of your life just being taken away from you. We can't wait for Congress to act, because every day that we wait, it's another family that's being torn apart. And for me, CIR really means that we're able to keep families together. This past year, just working at MinKwon has really made a huge difference in my life. There are times when there seems like there's no hope for immigration reform. There are times when we feel like everyone is against us, but just knowing that there are millions of people out there fighting this fight, I would say, don't give up.
So I'm a born and raised New Yorker. I was raised here in Queens, went to school in Manhattan. My parents are first-generation immigrants. My mom came here through a petition from her brother, and my father immigrated to the US as an undocumented immigrant and was one of the lucky few that could adjust his status. Because my parents were limited English proficient, they had a hard time navigating just life in America. You know, they relied on me because I was the oldest child to read official letters or to help translate things for them. And you know, when you're a child, like, it's kind of bothersome. You're like, why do I have to do this? And you don't really understand how difficult it was for them to even, you know, drop everything in the country that they knew to start a new life here and learn a language, you know, from scratch. So looking back on it, you know, I'm really thankful for the courage it took for them to do that. So, you know, immigration reform, partly it's personal. My own family background informs why this issue is so important to me. Reform is important to me because it's going to define what America looks like in the future and define what America stands for. Is it going to stand for family values? Is it going to keep families together? Or is it going to be more about a merit system? Is it going to provide an inclusive path to citizenship so that we don't have a group of people living as second-class citizens? I think that as human beings, not just as Americans, but as human beings, you want everyone to be able to live in dignity. So with the MinKwon Center, we have been, making calls to our Congress members, sending them postcards from constituents within their districts, knocking on doors to talk to people and to let them know why this is such an important issue this year. And when all else fails, we're ready to escalate our actions.
The time is now. The American people want immigration reform. We are not going to be moved until we get an answer. We are not going to be moved. You are undocumented
Christina, come on, Christina, we're proud of you. Yeah, Christina, we're proud of you. Thank you, Christina.
So on August 1st, I went down to DC and joined 2 other New Yorkers. We participated in an act of civil disobedience in front of Speaker John Boehner's office. He's the top man in the Republican Party, and we were protesting the party's, the Republicans dragging their feet on immigration reform. And so we sat and blocked the entrance and we got arrested for it. And really it was to send a message to them that we were ready to escalate, that we weren't going to take this sitting down, and that we wanted a vote on citizenship now. It was also an expression of, my frustration and anger. But it was an expression of my love as well for, my family, my community, and, my vision of what this country could be.
We believe that we have to work together to build a stronger community and a stronger America. So I hope that you will join us as we finish off the year and as we go into the next year.